Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, be sure and hit that subscribe button before you leave. I'd love to have you joining me here every week. This video is part of my video series with Rachel from this lovely little farmhouse, and this is one of our DIY Christmas gift ideas. So today I'm going to be making a stovetop potpourri. It's really easy to make. It's all natural, and you can simmer it in a pot and it just makes your kitchen and really your whole house smell really good. So it's a lot healthier than maybe, a candle that you might be burning that has chemical scents and things like that in it, because these are all natural products that you would be putting together to make this stovetop potpourri. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using in my stovetop potpourri that I'm going to make today. Now this by far is not like what you have to use. You're not limited to these things. You can really use whatever you have and whatever you like, whatever you want to use, or whatever is easy for you to get, where you live. Like I'm going to use some apples and oranges, which are pretty common. Pretty much everybody can find those. But you could use other fruits and things too. So I have some dried oranges and some dried apples that I've already done. I've already dried those, and I have a video showing you how to dry oranges to make an orange garland, which is the same method that you would use here. You just need to slice your fruit up in nice uniform slices, about between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch thick. And then you can either choose to use a dehydrator or the oven, either one. You can dry your fruit in. A dehydrator I find is a little bit easier. You don't have to watch it quite as close and worry about it burning, but the oven works really well too. You're just gonna put your fruit down on an even layer without overlapping, and then put it in the oven on the lowest setting, and then you'll need to check it from time to time and just make sure that it's not burning, and you might even need to flip it over in the middle of the time. So that's probably going to take about 4 to 6 hours to dry out. You just have to, like I said, what I do when I'm doing it in the oven is I set a timer for every hour, and I just go look at it and check it, and then as I can tell that it's getting closer to being done, I'll shorten the time that I set my timer for, so that I can go check it and make sure that I don't burn it, because if it burns, it's done. You have to start over. So anyway, that's the first step that you need to do. And then I also have some rosemary that I'm going to use. I have some cinnamon sticks and some whole clove. And like I said, you could add other things in there too. It's just according to what you want. I'm going to put mine today in this wide mouth mason jar, and I think this is a good amount for a pot of potpourri. You could also make it in a larger pot. You could also make a larger jar full that could be more than one, use. Like it could be enough for 2 times, or you could even do a little bit of a smaller jar, whichever you like. And you don't have to use a jar. You could use a bag. You could put it in anything that would be cute, a tin, just kind of whatever you have. And there's just so many cute jars out there that you can use too. I'm just using one that I have, but I'll try to link some other things that I think would be pretty to put the potpourri in for you, just to make that a little bit easier. And so what I'm going to do here with this is I'm going to go ahead and start with some of my bigger pieces, like my orange, and I'm going to put some of those in my jar, and then I'm going to add some of my apple slices, maybe some more orange down there, and a few cinnamon sticks. And really, the good thing about this is it smells so good, but it's also really pretty. It's really pretty in the jar. Now I have some rosemary that I picked off of my rosemary in the yard, and it is not dried, but I think it'll be fine in the jar. But you could also dry this before you put it in here too. And I really just like that greenery that it adds to it. So you could use something else. If you have something besides rosemary, you could use something else in here. But I'm using rosemary, putting that, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some more of my orange slices, my apple slices in here. Maybe another little sprig of rosemary. And then I'm going to just take my cloves and just put those in right over the top. And it just looks really pretty in the jar. And then for this type of jar, they make a plastic lid. Ball makes a plastic lid that you can put on top of your canning jars like this, or you can use the regular 2-piece lid that comes with them. And you can even do something like, I cut a piece of fabric. You can put a piece of fabric over this and maybe tie it with a piece of twine. So that's just one idea of another way that you can make it look cute. Now, don't forget, you can go to my blog at ramblingrosefarmhouse.com, and I have a printable label for you that you can use for your Stovetop Potpourri. It's free. You just have to go there and download it. And don't forget that you can get your name entered for the drawing that we're going to be doing at the end of this series. We'll be giving away some of these homemade gifts that we made to somebody out there, one of you. All you have to do to enter to win is to share our video. So just share this video on your social media platforms, wherever you're at, and just come back and comment on this video telling me where you shared it. And for every share that you do, your name will get put into the drawing one time per share. So don't forget to do that. Well, I hope that you will try this potpourri and maybe make this for someone. I just think it's such a pretty gift, and it smells really good. I love the way it smells. And another idea, so to make this for yourself, you can use fresh ingredients like fresh apple, fresh oranges, all those kind of things. You don't have to have them dried. You just need to dry them if you're going to be giving them as a gift so that they'll stay good. And when I make it fresh or dried, when I put it in my water to simmer on the stove, because that's what you're going to do with this, I like to add some drops of essential oils. So like my favorite ones to add are cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove. And so that would be another idea that you could do if you wanted to. When you give your gift to somebody, you could give them a little bottle of essential oil also, with instructions to add that to it once they start simmering it. So if you're interested in that, I'll have links to this down below and in my blog post. So be sure and go and get your free gift tag also on the blog. I'll have a link to it. Be sure and come back tomorrow and go to this lovely little farmhouse and watch Rachel's video. She will have our next DIY gift tomorrow, and I will see you back here again the day after tomorrow. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you then.